Hey y'all, you see what's in front of you, of course, the Silverado 15 horsepower gasoline engine that my boat came with, but it was all rusty and it's not real bad, but bad enough that I decided to uh, wire brush all of the rust off and paint it and make it look nice. But what the project is today is this is the carburetor. This is the carburetor. This is just a air intake here. And this little thing, this thing that's moving, that is the butterfly that opens and closes and makes the boat go fast the more you pull it that way, and slow down the engine the more you push it that way. Well, there's got to be a spring on here, of course, and as you see here, I have springs. I have stainless steel springs, and these are really good springs here. They, when you pull them out, they go right back. If you stretch them out really far, they go right back. So that's really cool. So what I'm going to do is I need to mount something either here or here that goes out here, and I can connect that spring to, because the spring needs to pull it closed that away. So I've got these things. These are some kind of a hinge. It's a stainless steel part, and I did the magnet test and it doesn't stick to this, but I need to drill a hole through this round part here to connect the spring to, and then I'm going to put this bolted right there. I bought stainless steel bolts that fit here, and that'll go here, and then it's kind of in the shadows, but you'll see the spring will go from right here over to this throttle hole there and keep it closed. So that's the, and it's got to be able to spring all the way around to there and not get stuck on something. So this can move out. This is adjustable. So once I get it just right, then I'll tighten it down. And I gotta lock it down good, because if the motors vibrate and things move, and if it moves too much, the spring won't work good. So anyway, I gotta make it work. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got to drill a hole through this. Well, drilling through round stuff is difficult. So I'm going to take my grinder and I'm going to flatten both sides of this so it's not so thick. I'm going to leave about maybe 3/16 or an 1/8 inch thickness here, and then drill a hole through it. I'm going to grind this side flat and this side flat and drill a hole through it, and then try to mount this and use this for my spring arm, my arm that holds the spring. And so I'm going to go do that. I had to get my grinder and a grinding wheel, and I'm going to use my handy dandy vice grips here, clamp onto this, and just take my grinder blade and cut this side and cut this side, and then chop it at the bottom so it falls off, and then we'll drill. So we will be back with more. And that's heavy duty, that's thick there, so that's not going to flip and flop too much. But like I said, engines vibrate, and so things can vibrate loose. So I'm going to have to put lock washers and whatever else on this connection here so that nothing moves and wiggles too much. So we will be back with some grinding and some drilling. Paradise out. Alrighty, I have successfully cut this from a round thing into a thin. I was trying to focus on the table there. So see that? Now it's thin. Now it's thin. See, it's like that. See, so now it's easy for me to drill a hole through there without having to fight through stainless steel, thick and round, where the drill bit just bounces off, slides off the side. So now I can just take it and drill right through it. So I've got a 5/32 inch bit. I'm going to drill through that, and then we'll have our spring hole to clip the spring to. So we are going to get the drill, my little handy dandy battery cheapy rechargeable drill, and drill a hole through there, and we'll be back. Paradise. Hey everybody, look where we are. We're on the boat. We got the throttle temporarily installed. I've got to cut this bolt off here. I got to cut this bolt off flush, and then I got to screw this bolt all the way in and then cut it off on this side here, so it's flush with the outside of the pipe. This is the throttle stop here. So whatever the maximum movement of the throttle butterflies, if you know carburetors opening and closing, that maximum swing, I can't go beyond that because I'll start breaking stuff. So I put this bolt here, You see it goes across there. And so when this thing gets to here, it stops, physically stops. It can't go no more. And that's exactly where it should stop for the throttle on the engine. Goes back here. See, under there. I just have this all temporary tied stuff. But there, this is the captain's chair. And then there's a engine cover here and one on top. But basically this goes around the engine cover, the side, comes back here out of the engine cover way, over to here where right now we have it tie wrapped, so it's not really strong, but I got to figure out a strong way to latch this on here. And then the throttle, as we move this guy here forwards, you'll see the throttle right here moving forward. And then we have a screw set in here where that's not quite full open. Throttle, we have like a bolt. See this bolt going through here? See right here? That stops it so it doesn't go all the way up to here, because that's too much. The throttle doesn't move that far, so I put this bolt through here, and we'll cut this and get it all sized right so that it's fits in here. Nice little ergonomic design. It's got a nice little groove here in the side too. See that little groove on the side? It fits right on that. Nicely mounts right onto the other side as if it was made for the Paradise Trimaran. Yeehaw. I'm gonna have to get as much stainless steel in here as I can, because this is all kind of galvanized, and I'll have to keep it greased, full of packed with grease, and seal up all these holes and stuff. So it's kind of, well, the top can't be sealed because it's has to move. So anyway, we'll grease it good, keep it lubed, keep the corrosion off. But anyway, that's the throttle system basically.